वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। I welcome everyone who are in temple as well as who are online. Today on 14th of May 2025, we are continuing our journey of studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the true meaning of it and how to apply those principles in life with today's perspective. How do we apply that knowledge, those indications, those directions in our life today? So in our continuation, last week we started with the 4th chapter, Jnana Karma Sannyas Yoga Nama Chaturtho Adhyaya, 4th chapter, Jnana Karma Sannyas Yoga. And last time we also saw how much and what points are going to be discussed in this chapter. We also talked about the importance of continuation of study. We talked about why it is important to study and keep a continuity. If we do not keep continuity, we will start losing the information and eventually the knowledge will not imbibe in our action. And for that we refer to the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Sato Dirghakala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Dradabhumi. Dirghakal Nairantarya Satkara. These three items are important. Dirghakal, long time. Nairantarya, without break. And Satkara means with devotion, welcoming. One of the major obstacles in getting the knowledge in our life is that we do not do Satkara. We do not have devotion. What is the meaning of the devotion word here? Belief. In the very simple way. हमें कहते हैं मगर हम नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि हमें उसमें बिलीफ नहीं है. So we talked about it. Then we talked about the lineage, the ancestry, the knowledge is coming through a lineage. And we talked about that. We talked about Vivaswan, that is Surya, and then Manu and Ikshvaku. We talked about it, how this knowledge has come through. The God explained us in the first sloka. And then we talked about what is Kul, what is a Vansh. We talked in detail to understand why and what we call as Vansh in Sanatana Dharma. And what we understand today, what is our understanding today? We talked about it in detail. Having only a male offspring, मानव जाति में नर बच्चा पैदा हो गया इसलिए मेरा वंश आगे चलेगा, ये एक गलत समझ है. उसे वंश नहीं कह सकते. ऐसे तो प्राणियों में भी फिर वंश हो जाएगा क्योंकि उसके भी बच्चे होते हैं. वंश किसको कहेंगे? वंश किससे आइडेंटिफाई होगा? एंड देन वी टुक द एग्जांपल ऑफ रघु एंड वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द स्टोरी ऑफ वरतंतु, हिज डिसाइपल शिष्य कौत्स एंड रघु राजा. वी टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट स्टोरी. कुल किसे कहेंगे? वंश किसे कहेंगे? रघुवंश. रघुवंश में बहुत लोग पैदा हो गए. अजय हो गए, दशरथ हो गए, प्रभु श्री राम भी हो गए, मगर उसको रघुवंश कहते हैं. आज भी इवन टुडे इन इंडिया पीपल से दैट वी आर रघुवंशी. दे डोंट से मैं रामवंशी. इवन तो भगवान पैदा हो गए फिर भी नाम उसका रघुवंशी है. वाय? जिससे समाज की बेहतरी और मानव उत्थान के लिए व्यक्ति द्वारा स्थापित गुणों और मूल्यों द्वारा परिभाषित किया जाता है. In typical Hindi, how do we identify a vansh? It is defined by the qualities and the values established by a person for the betterment of society and upliftment of human beings. उसे वंश कहेंगे. So it becomes our जिम्मेदारी. So yeah, we have to ask ourselves. So let me chant the sloka and then we'll go further on the first sloka of chapter 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavana Hamavyayam Vivasvan Manave Praha Manurikshva Kave Bravi. This is a lineage, this is the ancestry through which the knowledge has been coming, and we talked about it last time. So we stopped on the Vansh, Ikshvaku Vansh. So we have to ask ourselves, did I do any such work so that my ancestry will be identified by my name? Last time we talked. Otherwise, we will have Mansukh Bhai Vansh, Mansukh Vansh, Ramila Vansh, so many. But we don't say that. Why? हम कौन से वंश से हैं? We don't say that. Why? Because the work is not done by us and the ancestors, which will go for generations. Our generations will be proud of it and try to follow the same values. रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. Values. Have we inculcated such values? I got a very today's example, the very recent example. In Mumbai, there is a milkman. There was a milkman. Now he has already died. And this milkman, his business was not running well. He was trying to make, sell the milk, and it was not going well. It is actually in Mumbai, in Borivali, where I belong. So this milkman went to Shankar Bhagwan temple. Bhagwan, मेरा धंधा क्यों नहीं चलता है? He went to Shankar temple and he asked the God with pure heart, why my business is not running? And the simple answer, naturally it came to his heart given by the God, is, you are mixing water in the milk. That is why. Low quality milk. Every milkman is mixing water in the milk so that the quantity will increase and they will get more money. This fellow told that no, today onwards, even though my milk is more expensive, but I will not add any water in it. I will not add any water. And he started selling the milk with his own brand name, his own name. He has already died, but while dying also he made sure that his children are taking an oath not to mix water in the milk. Nowadays, if you go today over there, it's a very big milk dairy. He made millions of rupees. He committed. Now his name has become a lineage. भजनलाल डेयरी. भजनलाल का दूध लेंगे, पक्का क्वालिटी का गारंटी. उसमें पानी नहीं मिक्स होगा, वो गलत दूध नहीं होगा. It's like that. So even smallest thing, somebody will say, "Nahi, last time you told about Raghu Raja, 100 million gold coins." I don't have that, and I don't have anything like that. How can I make my lineage? Simple things. A milkman. His name is given as a reference for purity. कौन सा दूध लाया? भजनलाल का. Guaranteed. Lineage. नाम हो गया. और maintain किया. कितना मेहनत किया उसने? How much? So here is important to understand the vansh, the work which is done. Not in big area, even smallest. हमारा whatever work we are doing, try to put something truth in it. सत्य डालो. And then it will become a vansh. वो vansh हो. My great grandfather came to Canada and he did this and he did that. After 50 years, 100 years, our grandchildren, great grandchildren and their children will talk about the ancestor who has come to Canada. That is vansh. That is vansh. And here it is important also to talk about the gotra, because sometimes people mix the gotra and vansh. Of course, it is we are taking a little diversion from Gita, but it is important because people may misunderstand. Gotra is our genetic speciality and unique signature of genes. There is nothing higher and lower. There is no up and below. Gotra purely defines our material and psychic qualities. What are the qualities with which we are born in this body? That is Gotra. Gotra is not Vansh. Vansh is the actions which we did in our life by taking the values through. Whereas Gotra is a place where in the body with which we are born in a genetic signature. And that is why in the past it was important to know both of that. So when anybody is going to take an admission in the school, the guru was asking, Ko Gotra, you are from which Gotra and you are from which Vansh? Because both are important. Why they are important? We will learn about it in the subsequent slokas. This is one of the very important, extremely debated and highly contradicted point, which is directly connected incorrectly with the caste system. That is going to come, that sloka is going to come, and we are going to understand it in detail. We'll try to understand what is misunderstood through that sloka. Impact of cross marriages and loss of qualities in the society. That is another example why Gotra and Vansha. A mule is born neither with a quality of a horse or nor a donkey. It is proven that mutation occurs when siblings get married. Even today's science is telling it. Hence the marriage in same Gotra, we call it in Sanatana Dharma, we say do not get married in Sa-Gotra. In the same Gotra, do not get married. There is an English word for it, difficult for me to pronounce also. It is called as a consanguineous. Consanguineous marriages are not advisable, or rather they are forbidden. And again this will be discussed in detail in subsequent slokas. So God has told it has come from a lineage, it has come from ancestry. And God is explaining further. Second sloka, I will chant it. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. God is explaining Parantapa, O subduer of enemies, the saintly kings, Rajarshi, thus received this science, this knowledge in a continuous tradition, but with a long passage of time, Sakale Neha, with a long passage of time, it is lost from the world. So I am telling you again, that is what God is telling. Now here there are 4 words that are very important. We will try to understand it. One is intellectual modesty of the God. Even though He is the creator and He is the knowledge, He is truly the knowledge, and still He is telling that, oh, this is received through a lineage. What an intellectual modesty. Nowadays, if somebody knows a little bit about something, they say, oh, I did it, I found it. Patenting. That is intellectual modesty. And this intellectual modesty is also identified with a word from Shankaracharya and all our people, Neti. Neti. I don't know. Even though the complete realization is achieved by the sages, if you ask a sage, what is God? Who am I? How is the God and my relationship is? He will say, Neti. I don't know. Intellectual modesty. And he will then explain, somebody told me and I am telling you. Very big. This intellectual modesty is very, very important. This brings our aham softer and milder. Even if there is a person with the full knowledge on a subject will say, I learned it from someone, This is where we see the intellectual modesty. Another important part which we see here, that the best knowledge, if not maintained, will get faint and eventually destroyed. This is where it is answering the question, इतने सारे अवतारों की क्यों जरूरत है? Why we need avatar in every time? यदा यदा ही धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत. भगवान भी आके एक बार फिक्स कर दिए तो हमेशा नहीं रहना चाहिए. If the God has come and He has established the system, it should be eternal. No, it will not. Why? Because if the work is not done on it, अगर continuous काम नहीं होगा, I was doing great exercise but now I am not doing it, my body will not work. I studied some subject long back and I am not practicing it, what will happen? I will not remember the subject. You remember the sloka we talked about, Yatho Darsha Malenacha? Malenacha, the dust, as the dust is covering the mirror. You try it. You close a room completely sealed with caulking and everything. You close the whole room so that not a single, even an air will not pass through it. And you open the room after 6 months, covered with dust. Where did it come from? If something is not worked on continuously, then it will be lost. So even God's work, God established a system. If it is not worked properly, and that is the reason Swadhyay Pravachanabhyam na pramaditavayam. We should not be lazy in doing it. Why? Because we will lose it and we will not be able to give it to our next generation. We must do it. So even the best knowledge, sakale neha, through the long passage of time, it is lost from the world. That is what God is telling. And importance of karma and the duty of believers, it is indirectly told here. What is that? Coming to the temple is duty. Offering prayers and donations is a duty. Number 1. मंदिर में क्यों जाना? मंदिर में जाना continuously, very important. सत्संग क्यों करना? Why we should be indulging? Why we should be doing satsang? Very important. Swadhyay, the study of scriptures and ourselves. Swadhyay, study of scriptures is a duty to the mother culture. And working towards the progress is also duty. ये पुराना है वही चलता रहेगा. No. God has given us a brain, the creativity, the quality of creativity. We must use it towards the progress of ourselves and society. If this is not done, the knowledge will be tainted, distorted, muted, or lost in time. And then the question is coming, then why do we see and how do we see the Sanatana Dharma still in existence? It is duty of the younger generation towards the Dharma to maintain the continuity. That is very important. So, continuity, Sakale Neha is giving us a red light. It is giving us a light that be aware, if you are not going to work on this, even the best knowledge given by the God, the best system established by the God will one day get destroyed. Even God cannot maintain a system for eternally. People have to work together. One of the very, pictorial example of this is Govardhan. When the Krishna lifted the Govardhan Parvat. Govardhan Parvat को भगवान ने अपनी छोटी उंगली से उठा लिया. ऐसे, इतनी उंगली से, छोटा सा कृष्ण. और बाकी ग्वालों ने बोला रहे ये तो थक जाएगा तो हम भी लकड़ी लगाते हैं. पंडित जी बोलते हैं हम लोग भी आंख में आंसू के साथ में सुनते हैं. अच्छी बात है, सुनना चाहिए. बट व्हाट्स द मीनिंग? उसके पीछे इंटेलेक्ट क्या है? भगवान तो उठाएंगे मगर हमें लकड़ी लगानी पड़ेगी. वी विल हैव टू. दैट इज अवर ड्यूटी, दैट इज अवर कर्म. करना पड़ेगा. दैट इज अवर जनरेशन. for the next generation. Now here there is very another important point has come. The word Rishi, Rajarshi. See what is the word here? Imam Rajarshayo Viduhu. Just the Rajarshi, the saintly kings have told, Viduhu understood. Why Rajarshi? What is Rajarshi? Let us have a little discussion on it. It is a very big chapter, but we will do a little discussion on it. What is that? So there are, what is Rishi first of all? It is not the question. हमारे दिमाग में, in our mind, when we talk about Rishi, what it is? He has got a very long hair, which is tied up over here in a bun. He has got a long beard. All the hairs are white, first of all. A Rishi cannot be clean shaved. A Rishi cannot be assumed to be having black hairs. A Rishi is supposed to be looking old. सफेद बाल होने चाहिए, लंबी दाढ़ी होनी चाहिए, बेचारा गरीब सा दिखना चाहिए. A Rishi cannot be muscle man. Then how we can say that Swami Vivekananda was great? Because he was a clean shave man. You refer to Swami Vivekananda, he was a clean shave person. He was wearing a turban, but he was not having long hairs. He was having all the knowledge, but he didn't wear such costumes. Badi mala dali, tripunda dala, nothing. Rishi is not a costume. It is not what we wear or what we show. What is Rishi? What is Rishi? The person tirelessly and selflessly working towards the upliftment and betterment of society. That is Rishi. Now Rishi can be in multiple areas. So we are going to take those words here because it is important, and anybody having a question or something, they can either Google or they can ask later on. We talk about 4 types of Rishis. There are 4 types of Rishis which we talk about. Rajarshi, which the word has come here. Brahmarshi, Devarshi and Maharshi. 4 types. 4 types of Rishis. Rajarshi, Vishwamitra. We do not call Vishwamitra a Brahmarshi or Maharshi. We call him Rajarshi. Brahmarshi Vasishtha. Brahmarshi Vasishtha. Devarshi Narad. Narad is Devarshi. Narad is not Rajarshi. And Maharshi Manu. Manu is Maharshi. What it shows? What does it indicate? In every area of society, whatever you are responsible for, you can do the work for upliftment of the society. Vishwamitra was a king. When he walked like a Rishi, he walked for the betterment of the society. He is called Rajarshi. He did complete change. The complete animal slaughtering and Balidan, Pashu Balidan was stopped by Vishwamitra by making a completely new world. दूसरी सृष्टि पैदा कर दी, उसमें नारियल लगा दिया, coconut. Instead of a Nara Bali, instead of sacrificing a human being, you sacrifice a coconut. क्यों? Coconut को भी ऐसी ही चोटी है. Coconut has got the same head. Head like skull like head, fruit, 2 eyes and 1 mouth looking, and it has got a choti. इसलिए नर बलि के बदले में नारियल को समर्पण करो भगवान को. This is done by whom? Vishwamitra. Pratisrushti generate की उन्होंने. Very big story behind it. We can't go into it because we have to continue with our Gita thing. But just to understand it more clarity. Brahmarshi Vasishtha. Vasishtha is Brahmarshi. To work as a Brahmin but as a Rishi, that is Vasishtha. Devarshi Narad. Narad को देवर्षि कहेंगे. क्यों देवर्षि कहेंगे? He can go anywhere. Narad is one of the typical and most important establishment in the society. we see Narad in all the Kala. सत्युग में भी नारद दिखते हैं और त्रेता में भी दिखते हैं और द्वापर में भी दिखते हैं. So Narad is an institution. Narad is an institution. Just like that one thing, somebody named Narad did such a big work and established some institution, the way of thinking, and then everybody who works through that is called as Narad. Even today, you work with a big company, IBM, then we say, who are you? I am an employee of IBM. We put the monogram of IBM behind us, identification. So Narad, Devarshi Narad, असुरों के पास में भी जाते हैं, देवों के पास में भी जाते हैं, कहीं भी जा सकते हैं, भय नहीं है, स्वर्ग में भी जाते हैं, मृत्यु लोक में भी जाते हैं, he goes everywhere. That is why Devarshi, Narad Bhakti Sutra, wow, what is something to really read if time permits and interested. And then Maharshi Manu established the rules, the procedures, the methods, how a human being should live. So he is merged, working continuously for society. We can go into each of these word detail, but we will focus more on Rajarshi here, because the sloka is containing the word Rajarshi. The responsibility of continuation of knowledge and supporting it in all the ways, monetarily, through power, in any way to support, is the responsibility of the governing body. समाज में ज्ञान का प्रभाव और प्रकाश बढ़े, वो जिम्मेदारी सरकार की है, राज्य की है, राजा की है. That is why Rajarshi, that is why the sloka here is Rajarshayo Viduhu. Viduhu, understood. The king must understand the importance of knowledge. Very important. What do we see today? All the so-called kings, elected kings nowadays, democracy, we don't believe in any knowledge. They are so scared. They are so scared to tell the truth. What is right and wrong for the society? If you accept everything, how will you be able to guide the society? And you can say yourself as a leader. How can we say? If I don't believe in anything, if I don't have the complete understanding and convincing of a path, a knowledge, how will I be able to lead the next generation with that thought? But they are scared. कोई एक के लिए बोलेंगे दूसरे नाराज हो जाएंगे, इसलिए बोलना नहीं है. हम सबको मानते हैं यहाँ, हम इधर भी पैर पड़ते हैं, हम उधर भी पैर पड़ते हैं. So Rajarshi, very important. In past time, when a king is coming, they were shouting. उसके आगे लगाते थे, राजा धीराज विक्रम सिंह जी आ रहे हैं. But they were putting some words before it. Which are the words? Gau Brahman Pratipal. Gau Brahman Pratipal. Pratipal, taking care of whom? The cows and the Brahman. In a literal meaning. But what is a cow? Is it only 4 legs and 2 horns? The animal which gives the milk for nothing. Is that the cow here? What is Gau Brahman Pratipal? Cow means the people, the section of the society. घास खा के दूध देते हैं, मेहनत करते हैं. In Canada, we work hard. -30 degrees centigrade, -25 degrees centigrade. We work hard. घास खाते हैं. And we pay tax. Truly, वो गौ है. मिडिल क्लास सोसाइटी, वो गौ है. गौ ब्राह्मण प्रतिपाल means what? खाली गाय. What is a cow? We are going to talk about it. Maybe I will have a separate session on that. What is a cow? हम गाय माता की पूजा करते हैं, क्यों? गाय की करते हैं तो गधे की क्यों नहीं? हर एक में एक ही आत्मा है, तो हम गधे में आत्मा देखते हैं, गाय की क्यों? शेर की क्यों नहीं, कुत्ते की क्यों नहीं? It's a big topic. We are going to talk. We have got long time. We will be talking about it. So, Gau and Brahman. Who is Brahman? Choti rakhi hai. He has a choti. He is having a tripund and all that, wearing some, Rudraksh ki mala. Ram, 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 Ram. He is talking. That is Brahman. What is Brahman? ब्रह्म में रममाण, वो ब्राह्मण जो ब्रह्म में रममाण है, जिसको विचारों के लिए अपना जीवन कुर्बान करने के लिए तैयार है, एक भी पैसा लिए बगैर, नॉट टेकिंग ए सिंगल सैंड इन रिवॉर्ड, गिविंग हिज होल लाइफ फॉर द सोसाइटी एंड फॉर द ट्रू नॉलेज, इज ब्राह्मण. इसलिए तो ब्राह्मण गरीब रहेगा. इन ऑल आवर स्टोरीज इट स्टार्ट्स लाइक दैट. एक बहुत ही गरीब ब्राह्मण था. ब्राह्मण गरीब ही रहेगा. बहुत पैसे वाला ब्राह्मण था. नॉट ए सिंगल स्टोरी. व्हाई? बिकॉज ही इज गोइंग फॉर द नॉलेज, ही इज नॉट गोइंग फॉर द मनी. सिंपल. दैट इज व्हाई. So, Gau Brahman Pratipal, the society in which there are people who are taking care, paying tax, घास खा के टैक्स देते हैं, और ब्राह्मण, the knowledge. So the knowledge part and the money part, those part of the society which gives to the society selflessly, that is Gau Brahman, and that is to be handled, that is to be taken care by Raja, the king, the governing body. That is why Gau Brahman Pratipal, the king protecting and taking care of cows and Brahmins. Remember, cow doesn't mean only the animal with 4 legs and 2 horns. And then here another important part is importance, very, and this is the most missed, completely missed step in Sanatana Dharma 1000 years before. We missed that step and we are still tumbling, we are still rolling into that. What is that? Importance of power in society to maintain and continue the values and culture. Why the God has told Imam Rajarshayo Viduhu? Why not Imam Brahmarshayo Viduhu or Imam Devarshayo Viduhu? Why not? Why did God told Rajarshayo Viduhu? It not only puts the importance and responsibility in the governing bodies for maintaining and continuing the values, but it is also telling the importance of governance in the society. What it means? Let us go little slowly. हमारे में कहते हैं, most of the time you will hear, दुनिया माया है, दुनिया छोड़ दो, जगत नश्वर है, क्या लेके आए, क्या लेके जाना, all these things. So what happens? The people go away. People go away from the power. भगवान बुद्ध ने छोड़ दिया, अभी बुद्ध जल्दी गई. भगवान बुद्ध ने राज्य छोड़ दिया. ये सब गलत है. सम्राट अशोक adopted. India was the largest country. The moment Samrat Ashok adopted Buddhism, India started shrinking. Why? The importance of power to maintain the culture and values in the society was lost. This is the reason. And I will be boldly telling that it is lost. Person who is abstaining from power and money, which power? Money, muscle and intellect, is started considering pious man. भिखारी के जैसा रहता है, भीख मांग के खाता है, शादी नहीं करता है, वो सबसे pious. Very big understanding, very big misunderstanding. This is one of the negative impact that caused India to go into slavery and invasion for 1000 years. क्यों गुलाम बन गए? कोई भी आके राज करेगा, हम राज करने देंगे उसे. कोई भी तलवार लाके एक छोटा सा 300 people came and looted Somnath. And 4 million people didn't offended. Why? अरे भी इसको क्या लेना क्या देना, लेके जाए लेके जाना, दुनिया तो नश्वर है, जो आज आया है कल जाने वाला है. If these thoughts are given to the new generation, our values will never sustain. Rajarshayo, importance of governance, importance of value, of power, to maintain the values. In last 1,000 years, it is seen avoidance of power, and that has created a lot of grief. If we do not understand the true meaning of Sanatana Dharma, we will lose it soon too. The intellect will be lost from the Dharma. Our new generation will lose the interest, as they will not see any logic in following the Sanatana Dharma. That is why we are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita here with its full meaning. And only recitation is not enough unless we completely understand the meaning. Look at the countries around, countries like Egypt, Lebanon, Iran. The moment they lost the power, the hold on the governance, the complete culture is wiped off. Whatever faith or religion or whatever they were believing in is lost, has met into dust. Why? Because they didn't get the power in hand. The importance of power. It is not power to beat anyone. It is not power to suppress someone. It is not power to get the resources from someone. But it is power to sustain ourselves. Very simple is our own body. If we do not maintain a good food habit, a good exercise, healthy food and healthy thoughts, our body will one day go and we will die too. Quickly. In the same way, if the society that is going to come, actually it is in Manusmriti also, the sloka is there. Rajanya bahu, brahmana mukhamasita. If we consider the society as a human being, then which part represent which part of the society? The body part of the society. Vaishya Uru, economics, that will come again. So, important part here in this loka is that evam parampara praptam sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. But Rajarshayo word is important. We have to remember the importance of power. हमें अगर हमारा कल्चर हमारा सनातन धर्म मेंटेन करना है तो पावर साथ में चाहिए. एंड देयर इज नो नीड टू एक्सप्लेन बाय सिटिंग हियर इन जय दुर्गा टेम्पल इटसेल्फ. माता जी है हमारे यहाँ, माता जी शेरों वाली, शेर के ऊपर बैठी है. आवर एवरी गॉड हैज गॉट द वेपन्स इन हैंड. व्हाई? ऐसी मूर्तियां क्यों बनाई गई हमारे एंसेस्टरों, हमारे पूर्वजों के द्वारा? व्हाई डिड दे पुट द वेपन्स? The importance of power. Rajarshayo viduhu. It is important that the governing body of the society is responsible to maintain and continue this value. Then it is for the government and MLAs and MPs, not for us. It is only for capturing the power in government and all. No, governance means everywhere. At our home also. If the father is not going to open the Srimad Bhagavad Gita book, how do you expect the son to open the Bhagavad Gita book? At home, the governance is in the hand of father and mother. So it is not only government. Let us try to be very clear on that. It is not only government. It is at every place where I am in governance. The least, the smallest, the littlest example is that you are walking on a road and you see a garbage. You are walking in the school, in the aisle, and you see a garbage. You pick the garbage and you put it in the dustbin. Because you are in the governance position at that moment in the school. You are a student of second grade, no problem. What is governance? It's not only the political governance. Economics. If you are in governance, if you have got a big lot of money and a big say in the government, in the economic development of the society, it is your responsibility to maintain the power. हाँ, पैसा बुरा नहीं है, इसलिए तो महालक्ष्मी की हम पूजा करते हैं. हाँ, पैसा चाहिए, मगर क्यों चाहिए? कमाना है, कहाँ वापरना है, कहाँ यूज करना है, यहाँ उसके लिए ही तो श्रीमद् भगवद गीता है. यूज कहाँ करेंगे? I always ask the question. I meet many people. I ask them, learning how to earn the money is not that difficult. Learning where to use the money is very difficult. कहाँ पैसे डालोगे, कैसे करो? So if we disregard and not give the value of Rajarshayo, the power, various powers, then we will lose knowledge. We'll go to the third sloka now. Sa evayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam yetaduttamam. Sa evayam, so that sa evayam maya tedya. Why am I doing it? Why am I explaining you? Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. Yes, the same ancient knowledge which is supreme secret, rahasyam, yetad uttamam, supreme, rahasyam, supreme secret, supreme knowledge. Today I am revealing to you, prokta, telling you, because you are my bhakta, bhakto sime sakacheti, because you are my friend and my devotee, and that is why sa evayam maya tedya, that is why I am giving you this. This is what God is telling. So many important words here also. Yeah, sa evayam. But here, before we go further, I would like to say about the pronunciation in this sloka, because this is also a very important part of when we chant the sloka. When we see the visarga in this sloka, the first stanza has got, so people pronounce like that, sa evayam mayatedya yogaha proktaha puratanaha, because there is a visarga, 2 dots. But in Sanskrit, the rule of pronunciation is like this: if there is a visarga, 2 dots, but after the visarga, if the word is pa, joint words, pa, then you pronounce it as fa, f, and that is why the pronunciation should be yoga prokta puratanaha. Just to let people know, those who are more interested about very correct pronunciation. Visarga, how to pronounce the visarga in the sloka when there is a P behind it. So word here is puratanaha, puratan. It is to be understood. Puratan means what? Old, useless, not usable now, not applicable now, unknown. All these words are connected to puratana. And then people are arguing same thing for Sanatan Dharma. तुम्हारा बहुत पुराना है यार, ये पुराना बात हमको मत बोलो. Don't tell us these old stories and all. Tell me now, अभी का क्या है? अभी का क्या है? As it is old, it is not applicable today. And then we have got latest religion available for you. It is very old. It was applicable then, but not now. That is what people say about Sanatana Dharma. So Puratan word is very important. Puratan does not mean old and useless. It does not mean worn out or incapable. So what does it mean? So when we come next time, next Wednesday again 6 to 6:45, we will go further on this third sloka. Try to understand the word Puratan, and also there are important words like Rahasyam, Bhakta. The first time the word Bhakta in Srimad Bhagavad Gita has come in the 4th chapter. Bhakta and friend. Bhakto sime sakha. What is sakha? What is Bhakta, and why it is Rahasyam? If it is Rahasyam, it is told. Everybody has got Srimad Bhagavad Gita. They can read it. How it is Rahasyam? All these questions we will go further when we come next Wednesday 6 to 6:45. Till then, I wish everyone a good time. Enjoy your time. Stay safe. And we will meet again next Wednesday 6 to 6:45. Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha.